Hello, everybody. It is me, Rachel, or Ray, or Ro, or Retrophile, or however the hell any of you know me by. I go by many names. So, I apparently like to play this game, once every, 5 months or some crap like that. And I figured, hey, it's been 5 months. My personality has made a complete flip, for the most part, and by flip, I mean I'm just 10 times more stupid. Okay, so let's get the show on the road. Where we left off, I think Eric did something rude. I don't really remember at the moment, but now I have to choose between smacking him and being cool. So I'm gonna go with the obvious option. Be cool, because that's what I am. You sure are quite the charmer.
Yes, I am known for that.
Okay. As much as I do appreciate the constant compliments, you don't have to keep talking to me like that.
Like what?
He batted his eyelids as if he had no idea what I was talking about, and I couldn't help but laugh. Haha, what? No. Well, like you're trying to get in my pants half the time. Why does that keep happening? Oh my gosh.
I can assure you, I'm just a lover of beautiful women.
Something tells me that there's more to it than that. Oh! I got a heart! Hey, LMFAO, am I right? Okay, for a moment he looked away, losing a bit of his smile. Before I could question it, though, he turned back to me with a new teasing smile.
Did you want there to be more?
Ugh. I didn't want to hit him, but I didn't know how to react, so I couldn't look at him. He merely chuckled again in my ear.
Sorry. You just look so cute when you're blushing.
Bitch, I look cute all the time. I felt my face heat up simply from his words. I then felt Eric take my hand and kiss it gently.
I hope you'll enjoy dinner, however, my dear.
Oh, great. What's for dinner? I drew my attention back to the dishes. I was both intrigued and slightly scared by the amount of food they made. Seeing my expression, Eric leaned forward and proudly smiled, gesturing to all the dishes with a dramatic sweep of his arm.
I made almost all of the dishes myself.
Almost. Humorously enough, Matthew looked at him with a shocked expression, as if he was betrayed. His face changed instantly to that of a frown.
And I'm the Queen of the Nile.
Mm-hmm.
What's that supposed to mean?
Me, you, and James did the work together, dummy.
It's you, James, and I, Matthew.
Little girls will always make mistakes.
Matthew looked at James in disbelief, probably for siding with Eric, and he annoyedly swiveled back to Eric to confront him.
I'm not a little boy. I'm barely a year younger than you.
Well, you certainly don't act
God,
like
I feel this on the deepest level because I have siblings and I'm just like, yep, I remember this. I remember this. How could you fucking forget? Ha 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 ha. I couldn't help but laugh. Matthew seemed very much like a kid. He was adorable, however, I couldn't help but feel like, in a way, he was much more mature than the others, especially Eric. I don't know about that, man.
Huh? Is something funny?
Your face. No, it's nothing at all. Thank you for the meal, all of you.
Oh. You're welcome, miss.
Just call me ass, come on.
such a well-mannered young lady. Beautiful inside and out.
Damn right.
Eric, knock it off.
In agreement with Matthew, Sam cocked up his head and glared at Eric.
Seriously, you're getting really annoying with that suck-up act.
True shit. It was obvious that Sam was the bad boy of the group. He had this big, tough act on, and it was obvious he was physically stronger than the rest of the guys, but was there more to him than that?
I'm just trying to be a gentleman.
I feel like...
The young girl has already gone through so much. She deserves a good treatment.
I mean, I know, but okay. I feel like I'm about to get to that place where I have to
There's
pick
a
the boy.
difference between being a gentleman and being an obnoxious flirt.
Amen.
Schooled even by James. You're gonna need some cold water for that burn.
There's something funny about how you have to click to hear them laugh, because it's like, you could just wait a few minutes and it's like delay, like, amazing.
By the way,
But I
don't
still like the
believe we
game.
caught your name,
Ignore me.
even though you know each of us.
I'm Ass.
It's a pleasure to finally know your name.
Damn right.
Yeah, that's a nice name.
I know. My parents had great taste in names. They were all comfortable around me. Despite the awkward situation we were all in, it was as if it were natural for them to be around humans. I guess that's just how incubi work. But I was still curious about one thing. Excuse me. All at once, they looked at me. I didn't know why, but having them all look at me made me feel kind of important. Like a queen or something.
What is it, miss?
I wanted to thank you for the food, but I still want to know why you all came here. I feel like I don't quite understand. Understand? Yeah, like, being told that a bunch of incubi randomly appearing in your house was perfectly understandable.
Oh, how do we explain?
We were attacked. We came here to heal. What's so difficult to understand?
Don't know, you could give me some details, like, shit.
Now you're just being rude, Sam.
I'm just saying. How is that difficult to understand?
Boys. No, I mean, what specifically happened?
Well, you see, we've been traveling around for quite some time now. Just recently we came into town, but we were jumped by this band of misfits.
Okay.
So, in order to escape and heal, we came here for shelter. Again, we apologize for the mess we made.
I mean, like, it's fine, but, like... Misfits attacked you? I mean, like, I gotta be real. Like, I don't really blame them. Like, do you see how you're fucking dressed? What are you... What's going on right here on his arm? Like, the shirt into jacket? I don't, okay. But, okay. It's fine, I guess. So, you're all better now, right?
Yup, all thanks to you.
You welcome, Matt. Huh? Me?
You see, beautiful, we feed on sexual energy.
Oh, God.
But we don't just get it from kissing lovely ladies such as yourself. We can simply touch someone's hand to obtain sexual energy. Everyone carries sexual energy, you know.
Oh god, you gotta chill out. I was still in shock about their powers. It wasn't just the kisses that gave them power, it was anything physical. No wonder I was out for a while. These incubi intrigued me, but at the same time, I could almost hear a warning siren going off in my head.
Is there anything else you wish to know?
Yeah. Well, what do you all plan to do now?
Yeah, what are we gonna do now, James?
That is a very good question. We just got here, and surely we'll be hunted again if we leave.
We can take him easily.
Not without more training, Sam. The result of that was clearly evident in our last encounter with them.
At that moment, I didn't know what came over me, but suddenly I felt sorry for them. I don't know, man. I don't know. They couldn't possibly survive out there. If they didn't know it was illegal to break into people's homes, they probably didn't know much about other stuff. That is a valid point. They probably would cause chaos all over town. Especially this motherfucker. Or, on the flip side, they could be taken in for questioning and be poked and prodded like lab frogs for research. That was even worse. But most of all, they reminded me of back then. Is there gonna be a flashback? Knew it! I was standing alone. The entire classroom was filled with laughter and chatter, but I stood in the midst of it, quiet and alone. It was strange seeing the whole world pass in front of me with such vibrancy, all while I stood there. On the plus side, I wasn't engaged in any drama that might have arisen, like scribbling on someone's paper for revenge or kicking someone too hard. It was kind of nice just standing back and watching things pass by and life go on. I had long before convinced myself that I preferred being alone. I often said to myself in encouragement, yeah, I want to be alone. There's no one I like better than me, so I ought to spend more time with myself. But there was a certain bitterness that, coupled with being alone, made me feel so sad. There was a difference between being alone and lonely, and I just didn't realize it at the moment. And even after that moment, my father, my mother, there was no one to turn to. I was so lonely. That's when I decided on right then. I was going to see my grandfather. I didn't care if my father wouldn't take me. I was going to walk my way over there and see what he had to say about it. I had never met him before that. What better time to see him than then? I don't know, like, plenty of times, but, like, if this is right for you, do it. If no one else was going to help me with that, what I was feeling, I might as well have turned to him. So after school, I decided to walk there. I had no idea how to get there, and I was armed with only a scrap of paper and the address scribbled on it. As a 7-year-old, I obviously had great ideas. I soon became lost, and like I always did when I felt lost, I just stood there on the sidewalk, back pressed up against the wall, eyes looking at the strangers passing by. Like always, people continued to pass by, and life continued to go on. I was sadder than ever. I hadn't ended up in the situation I was originally in. Nothing had changed. I thought that I was silly for even thinking I could change things with my own hands. That was until a voice brought me back to reality.
Hun, is that you?
It's Ass, Grandpa. I looked up, and I saw an unfamiliar face, but it was obvious whoever it was. Whoever was talking to me knew who I was. And from that moment on, things began to change, and life began moving, its rusty joints, and I realized things were moving along. Suddenly, I had become part of the crowd, that moved like a blur past me. I was no longer someone who stood still and watched others hurry past. Life had changed. I had changed. Because the very person who found me that day was my grandfather. I had the opportunity to help them. Though, would I? I wanted to, but I wasn't sure if that was the best idea. After all, 5 in my house wasn't exactly the living arrangement that I had imagined when I first moved in. There was the matter of making sure no one found out about their powers. Thinking about them as lab rats made my stomach queasy. Even if they passed for humans, how would I explain these guys living in my house? Imagine if my friends came over. They would practically think I was part of a harem or something. Damn right I am. Oh, God. Imagine if my parents came over. Oh, God, I think my mom would faint. Who knows what my dad would do? I think he would have them arrested on the spot. This was hard. Maybe I should have written out the pros and cons list before actually making the decision.
Don't worry too much about it. You have plenty of time to decide. Besides, you should do what makes you happy as well.
Grandpa. It was strange that I happened to remember what my grandfather said to me when I was little. But it did kind of make sense. They weren't in the same exact situation that I was before, but I did want to help them out. I think it would ease my conscience and also make me a bit happy to give them help, as weird as that sounded. Clenching my hands into fists, I strengthened my resolve to speak up. Well, you could.
What was that, lovely lady?
Don't really want to. That is,
Spit it out already.
You could stay with me here if you'd like. As soon as I finished my sentence, the room became still. I'm not sure what went through their heads from my words. The silence in the air cut like a knife until I finally spoke up once more. It seemed like you all needed a place to stay, and well, I just moved into this giant house, so it seems like it makes sense. It was still quiet in the room. I decided to keep talking.
Yes?
Oh, fuck, wait. No. What did I miss? No. I don't know what I said. First of all, you can't use your powers or deliberately do something that might harm me or any of my guests that come over. Well, save for enemies, but you get the drift.
Sounds reasonable.
Second, you have to help me with any errands around the house. This place is, kind of big, so yeah.
That is a generous offer, miss. Are you sure that would be okay? We don't wish to burden you any more than we already have.
God, James, you're so responsible. It's alright. Really, I mean, I just started living here myself, so I would appreciate some help around the house.
A wonderful idea. We'll live here and train while helping you with the house.
Oh, fucking...
Servants for the lovely princess.
Oh, that sounds weird. I don't like that. And Sam looks mad, and I don't like that.
What? Are you serious?
Yep.
Shh, be quiet, Sam. I haven't slept in a bed for days.
Oh, now I feel bad. Oh, they haven't slept in bed. Oh... They all seem to like the idea, except for, Sam, and, hey, I didn't really hate the idea either, even if they were incubi. It would be interesting having 5 guys help me with taking care of the house, given they would follow the rules I had just laid down.
Grr, fine, but we're not staying here forever. Only
didn't
until
invite
we
you
can beat up
forever.
that group of punks.
I think that is a reasonable time limit for our stay.
Also beautiful.
Oh,
if
God
you
damn
need
it.
a bedfellow.
No.
Eric, knock it off.
James, my hero. I was happy that they agreed. Maybe it was because I was going to be lonely for a while. Maybe it was because they all needed help, and my want to help people was fulfilled. I would never be sure.
So what are we waiting for? Let's celebrate and dig in.
Damn right.
Finally, I'm starving.
Instantly, Matthew and Sam began to stuff themselves with the food on the table. I noticed James' eye twitching in irritation, so I stifled an incoming laugh. Okay.
Really, you two? You're both acting like pigs.
James is my fave right now.
Oh, let them have a little freedom, James. It's not like we've eaten recently either. I'm sure they've been starving.
Oh.
Still, that's no excuse for stuffing their faces like backyard swine.
I almost couldn't hold it in. Am I gonna laugh? Am I gonna laugh? Like... I know hearts are gonna pop up at some point. And I don't know who would belong to each of these answers, so I'm... Oh my god, okay, I guess we're just gonna have to do some random ones, so, let's laugh. I merely smiled before I took some food for myself. There was one piece of food that intrigued me, and was barely touched by the boys. It looked like a green pasta with shrimp over it. Huh? What is this?
That, miss, is a shrimp pesto dish. Pastas are my specialty, so I'm positive you'll enjoy it.
Positive? I twirled some around my fork and tried it. I could feel my senses open up as my taste buds practically melted in delight at the taste. It was creamy and savory, almost impossible to describe, so I have some Master Chef kids hanging out in my mansion, so I'm thinking I invite Gordon Ramsay and, we see what happens there. This is amazing!
I'm glad you like it. At least someone here in the room has taste.
Damn right. Matthew and Sam glared at James before they continued to eat. I couldn't help but smile at the brotherly quarrel before eating the rest of the pasta on my plate. James seemed to really hold high standards for his brothers, though it wasn't my place to question why. Eventually, we all ate dinner together. It was strange, eating with just guys, but they were all enjoyable to be around. They made me feel part of their family as we ate together. However, our peace was soon disturbed. Huh? Oh, I'm sorry. It's my mom. Excuse me. Hello?
Hey, honey, how are you? and good to see you off.
Fuck you, Mom. Hi, Mom. Everything's fine. I'm actually eating dinner right now.
Oh, good. So there was food there. Well, your father wanted me to call and talk to you about having a house party tomorrow night.
No.
To celebrate the new house.
No. A house party? Tomorrow night? So soon?
Your father insists. You know how he is with events.
Back. I knew exactly what she meant. He didn't like long, relaxing periods between important events. It was slightly messed up. I feel like this is gonna turn into, like, something where you're gonna dress up and, like, all the boys are gonna be like, "Oh, ass, you're so beautiful," and I'll be like, "Oh my god, I know." Oh god. I was expected to act on the drop of a dime from moving immediately the day after a funeral to my grandfather's house to now organizing a party. I know. Well, since I don't exactly have you two here to help me arrange it, I'm going to need some time to prepare things.
Oh, that's fine. I mean, Suzu and Naomi can help. I have work, and you know how your father is.
I have a big problem with Mrs. Anderson. Why the hell is she not standing up for her daughter? I'm sorry, that, like, makes me mad. And also, she's like, "Oh, your friends can help." It's like, who would want to rope their friends into this? I know. I have to do it myself. He won't help.
I'm sure it'll be amazing, honey. I have faith in you.
Glad you do. Thanks, Mom.
All right, I gotta go. I love you, sweetie.
I love you too, Mom. Great. Now how am I gonna do this? Oh my god.
Is something wrong?
No, of course not.
She has to organize a house party for her parents.
Oh, how did you know that? Huh? How did you... Oh, right. Mind reading. Yeah. But, yeah, I gotta do it soon or my parents will be really disappointed. Gonna take a drink of water. Okay. I'll have to stay up and organize everything tonight and...
Hey, why don't we help you? That's what we're here for, right?
I don't see why not.
I can name a few reasons why we shouldn't.
Oh, fuck you, you're living in my house.
Sam?
Back off.
We'll take care of everything, miss. Just leave everything to us.
James is like daddy AF. God bless. That was surprising. I didn't think the boys would offer to help right off the bat. I couldn't help but smile. I was actually rather thankful now that I let them stay. But I didn't have to do everything alone. As I kept thinking about it, I couldn't help but yawn.
Feeling a little tired over there, Princess?
Yeah, it's been a long day. At least tomorrow's the weekend, so I can sleep in. Then it hit me. Wait, oh my god, where are you going to sleep?
We found some guest rooms on the opposite end of the house from the master bedroom. I'm sure those will do just fine.
Good. Oh, got it. Alright then, I'm heading to my room to study and sleep. I guess I'll see you all tomorrow?
Have a good night.
I will, you too. With that, I left the dining room and went to my room.
Eric, no.
What? I wasn't going to do anything.
Yes, he was.
Shh!
Ugh, love the brotherly bonding. As soon as I got into my room, a wave of exhaustion hit me. Like, listen, I would be absolutely totaled if I were you. Like, holy crap. Like, in a situation like this convoluted, completely unrealistic situation that I love, TBH, I would just be like, I need to die a little bit right now. And then I just sleep for 10 days. Why am I so tired all of a sudden? I just woke up from that nap. I dragged myself to bed and hauled up one of my bags. I opened it and grabbed my economics book, knowing that no matter how tired I was, I had to study at least a page or two before falling asleep. 2 words on the page scrambled in my mind as I read through them, but after 2 or 3 tries, I managed to understand what the page was about. Equations! Finally, I decided to change my pajamas and head to bed. Today had been a long day, and I needed rest. Hopefully, tomorrow will be better. 3 days of surprises in a row would kill me. With that thought in my mind, I drifted to sleep, embracing the darkness of slumber. What the
You
fuck?
fucking pretty boys think you're all that, huh? Well, save that to the end of my pistol.
Huh? What's going on? Seriously though, what's going on? I couldn't move my body. I felt like I was tied up, and I couldn't see anything beyond the darkness that surrounded me, yet I could hear the sounds of a heated argument coming from me at all directions.
One move and she gets it.
No, this is some killer voice acting, like, straight up. I think it's James?
Let her go!
Man. Matthew?
Come on, chicken shit. Fight us like a real man.
Like you scare me, Sam. Come on. Take one step. I dare ya.
Why can't I see?
Stay away from her, Malix!
Damn.
And what are you gonna do, nerd boy?
Is that really an insult they just used? Suddenly, I felt myself pulled to one side, and arms wrapped around my body protectively.
I've got you. Don't worry.
Thanks, Eric. Huh? Eric! As I was held tight in a tight embrace, I felt the world around me once again settle into a low, peaceful hum. The hostility of the dream before had faded into black as the arms around me rocked me comfortingly. Slowly, though, my eyes fluttered open, and I looked up at the person holding me. Damien? I stared into the eyes of Damien. His face was painted with worry and concern, and I knew he must have seen my dream. Why did I dream of Eric holding me, though?
You can't control your dreams.
Oh well, I guess you're right.
Are you okay?
Fuck, I don't know, man. Like, yeah, I'm fine. Thank you. What time is it?
It's 9 a.m. James and I were making breakfast when I, well...
You can't control your mind reading.
No. Not yet, at least. I hope to learn eventually, though.
Oh.
Is everything alright?
Oui? Huh? Yeah, I'm alright.
That's good. I'm assuming you had a nightmare.
Yeah, I'm sorry for disturbing you both.
You didn't disturb us, miss. Besides, we'd rather make sure you're okay before anything.
Thank you. Okay, I gotta be real. These two MVPs, most valuable players, right here. James is like Daddy AF.
Well, why don't you come downstairs with us and have some breakfast? I'm sure some nice food will take your mind off of what you dreamt of.
It was embarrassing to be the damsel in distress once again, but I felt rather happy that James and Damien were both concerned for me. Despite only knowing me for a short time, I wasn't sure if it was just courtesy or they were genuinely concerned. I couldn't exactly read their minds. All right. 2 boys led me to the back dining room, where the smell of bacon and eggs danced in the air. The smell wafted from the kitchen, made its way into the room, making my stomach growl in need. What if Ass was just like vegan and she's just like, sorry guys, and they just made this bomb-ass breakfast. She's like, can't. Oh my god, breakfast smells good!
We should be done with breakfast soon. If you want to sit down at the table, you can.
I think I will. I nodded before sitting down. As I sat down, however, my mind drifted back to the dream I had. That feeling of hostility made my body shudder instinctively, even though I knew it wasn't real. However, as my eyes closed, I felt a hand place itself on top of my head, breaking me out of my thoughts. Huh?
Morning. You alright?
Oh. Yeah, I'm fine. Sam, the owner of the hand on my head, raised an eyebrow at me before rustling my hair and moving away to sit down at the table. He then barked towards the kitchen where James was working.
Hey! Is the food done yet? I'm starving!
Oh.
There's no need to yell, Sam!
Oh.
You're yelling too!
There's something, like, super great about this. I hated him for a bit, but like, I low-key, I'm like, oh.
Don't argue with me!
From behind me, Eric appeared and sat beside me, rubbing his temples in obvious annoyance.
Can we not yell this early in the morning? It's not like we're in the castle.
Castle? Castle?! See, I was right. For some reason, when I heard the word castle, I couldn't help but yell in surprise. These guys had a castle? Sam looked at me and smirked at my reaction. Okay, but like, straight up, like, that's not normal. Like, people don't have castles, like... Nothing weird about that response at all.
Yeah, we have a castle back home. Our dining room's 10 times bigger than this room.
Sorry, it's not up to your standards.
Wouldn't it be logical to not yell?
Whatever.
Soon, James and Damien appeared. They had hands full of plates that each carried bacon, eggs, toast, and waffles. They placed the plates down by each seat before seating themselves.
My favorite.
What the Eric is, like, way too turnt. Like...
Finally.
He needs, like, chill. Thank you for breakfast. It looks amazing. I can't eat a thing, though. I'm vegan.
It's our pleasure.
All of a sudden, my phone began to ring, ushering me to pull it from my pocket and answer. Hello?
Hey, good morning! Guess who's at your door right now?
Right on cue, there was a knock from the lobby door. My heart stopped. Suzu and Naomi were
I'll
here.
get it.
No! My heart quickly began to pound in my chest. Matthew was in the lobby, and he'd get the door first. I instantly jumped out of my chair and rushed into the dining room. As I passed through the archway between the dining room and lobby, I saw Matthew reach his hand for the brass door handle, causing the world to go in slow motion. Matthew, don't! Before my words could reach his ears, Matthew had opened the door and revealed the surprised faces of Naomi and Suzu. Yeah, you made this fucking awkward, Matt. The world around me stopped as Suzu and Naomi kept their eyes on Matthew, who merely stared back in fear and embarrassment. I could feel the air go from warm to freezing in a matter of seconds.
Hi?
I could not believe this was happening. How was I going to explain this? This week was already bad enough. To make matters worse, I was frozen in place. Please, for God's sake, someone do something other than stand there.
Who are you?
Suzu, let me explain.
What's going on here?
Who's at the door, Matthew? Oh.
Soon, the other incubi appeared in the lobby with us. The situation was not getting pretty. I had to think fast. Oh, fuck. They're in your head. They're my brothers or they're visitors. Well, they're my best friends in the game. So, they know they're not my brothers. They could be visitors, and they're in my head is a bit stupid. So,
Then why did one of them open the door?
Fuck.
Yeah, that doesn't make any sense.
It was no use. There was no time to lie to them. I felt helpless. Then I felt a hand on my shoulder and felt the tension in my body almost fade away. I turned my head to see James smile at me before stepping in front of me. James!
We must apologize, ladies. We know this situation must be confusing for everyone. Let's take this to the dining room and we'll explain everything.
I stared at James, wide-eyed. Was he going to tell them who they were? Everything seemed surreal. Before I knew it, I was led to the dining room, along with Suzu and Naomi, sat across from their confused gazes. As Naomi and Suzu sat down, Eric and Matthew placed their untouched plates of food in front of them, surprising their guests.
Whoa, this looks amazing! Thank you!
Our pleasure, ladies. We hope you enjoy your meal.
Make sure you dig in!
I looked at Naomi and Suzu as they began to eat, visibly enjoying every bite they placed in their mouth. Hopefully the food would ease their minds for whatever James wanted to reveal. As Naomi and Suzu ate their impromptu meals, James and the other boys stood behind my chair, making me grow more red in the face.
So, Anderson, are you gonna tell us what's going on?
Well, you see, Gently, James placed his hand on my shoulder, signaling me to just eat my food. As I began to eat, he spoke to Naomi and Suzu.
We are Miss Anderson's house servants. We were hired by her late grandfather to help around the mansion, but since he has passed, we now assist Miss Anderson with living on her own.
This smooth mother of God. James, win me over.
That makes sense. It's such a huge house.
Why would they have young... They're so young. Why would these be my house
A
servants?
huge house for a wonderful princess such as Miss
princess.
Anderson deserves the greatest of servants.
But why are you all dressed so casually and stuff? Aren't servants supposed to have uniforms or whatever?
Well, Miss Anderson allows us to get comfy while we work, so she lets us wear casual clothes.
Right.
Yeah, something like that.
Sam, shut the fuck up.
We're sorry if we made the situation awkward earlier.
Oh, Damien.
So, if I may ask, what brings you two ladies here?
Well, we wanted to see how our friend was doing. Since it's the weekend and all, usually we hang out and just chill.
Yeah, like going to the arcade and stuff.
Or the Pink Lady Cafe.
These sound like places I might be going.
There's an arcade?
Oh, Matthew, I knew you'd be the only one to react to that.
That makes a lot of sense, ladies. Well, we don't wish to disturb you any further than we have, so we'll take our leave and start preparing the house.
Huh? Preparing for what?
We gotta prep the house for some sort of housewarming party thing.
Our princess's parents requested a housewarming party to be held here soon.
And by soon, they mean tonight.
Oh, well, I guess we can help out or something. Right, Naomi?
I thought you wanted to go to the arcade.
Hey, this housewarming thing is more important.
No need. We can handle it. If you'd like to, miss, you can go out with your friends while we handle things here.
Seriously?
Sam, not now.
Well, I wanted to help out, but at the same time, I wanted to go out with my friends. James gave me a look of understanding, letting me know that if I left, everything would be okay. I had to make a decision. I'll stay and help around the house, or I'll go out with Suzu and Naomi. So, I'm chasing some dick right now, if I'm being 100% with all y'all. So, I'm gonna stay at home and help.
Are you sure?
I'm sure. Besides, it's my housewarming party. I should help out too.
Want us to help out as well?
Oh, I think we all have it taken care of. Thanks though, girls. Click.
Alright, we'll head on out then so we're not in the way.
Oh. Sorry guys, I'll hang out with you guys soon.
It's all good, Anderson. We'll definitely come to the housewarming party tonight.
These are good friends. Thank you. I led them back into the lobby and walked them to the doors, opening it for them with a thankful smile. They both gave me hugs before walking out to Naomi's car, which was parked in the driveway. And with that, they left. I was happy that they wanted to help, but I had to do this on my own. It was not their work, so I didn't want to force it on them, just because they were my best friends. We had the entire day to work. The party was tonight, and we had to do all we could to make everything right. We sat down and talked about what needed to happen before the party started that night. Each guy had been assigned different parts of the party to do, and right after lunch we began work. Since everything was taken care of by at least one incubus, James told me I could assist one of them. The question was, who? Ho boy, kids! Finally, I pick my husband to be next episode. Okay, so, I'm gonna end this here. I hope all of you like the video, subscribe, share the video if you want. I don't know why you'd want to do that, but, you can do whatever you want. So, yeah. I'll see you guys later.